Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gautam Keswani, the managing partner of Oral Arts, and we are bringing to you a very special session of the Mix Room podcast. This is an initiative that we started very recently. This session is going to talk about what the future of the audio and the music industry as we know it. And this podcast is available on all social media platforms. You can go ahead and check it out, check out the other episodes as well. For today's guests, I have three guests. So let me call upon stage my first guest, Mr. Rakshit Doshi. He has been, he's been working in the creative solutions department for Fever FM and for Nasha. He was the OAP head at 9XM, and now he's a freelance voice artist that is the channel voice of a lot of radio stations. He does a lot of voiceover for corporate ads and everything. So let me call him upon the stage. Big round of applause. Rakshit Doshi. And my second guest, Mr. Siddharth Sharma. He's from the Sony Music Publishing Department, and he is a wonderful music producer. So, round of applause for him, Siddharth. And lastly, I will call upon stage the CEO and founder of IndianTelevision.com, Mr. Anil Wanvari. Big round of applause for him. Thank you guys, thank you so much for being here, for talking to us, right? So we will be talking about where the audio industry is headed. So quickly, I'll just, if we can talk about, with your, obviously, from where you come from, your background, what is it that you feel that the audio and the music and localization industry, where is it headed today? Because we are seeing a transformation, a big transformation with AI coming in into the picture since the last few years. Where do you think that...
so you want to begin with Rakshit?
Sure, Rakshit.
Let's begin with Rakshit.
Thank you. Thank you, Gautam, firstly, for having us here. There is, it's a very tricky question where we are going. There is no one direction that we can point out and say, this is the only future that we can have with audio. I have been into writing. I started off as a writer and then I got into voiceovers. It's been a great journey, but I have seen minor transformations during that time in terms of software or automation or how effects are used, how people use technology to their advantage, and I think that's the general direction that we've always moved. We've moved forward. So having said that, I am optimistic. Let me address the elephant in the room. We are all thinking about the AI taking over everything, and I don't want to be the doomsday advocate where, this will happen and that will happen. I'm optimistic that like every time technology has been a tool for us to grow, AI too is a tool for us to grow. You wield it right, you sort of hold it in the palm of your hand and you move forward, it will help you. That's how optimistic I am, but that's just me. So I would allow my fellow guests to,
Thank you. So now, are you jumping in or should I? Yeah, so my engagement with radio was in the 80s, when I used to be a casual announcer with All India Radio Mumbai, and we had faders, we had turntables, unlike the automation which is here today. That was radio. What we have today is a lot of cacophony, I would say. Podcasting has made some sense, has brought in a lot of sense into it. All India Radio has maintained its sanity. It's not gone crazy, thankfully. When we played music, we used to talk about the musician. We did not talk about, we didn't crack jokes, we didn't, right. we actually educated people about music in the 80s. Right. And we did a lot of research on the music. And what do I see happening? Do I see that going away? It has gone away already on radio. And there are very scarce few programs which do educate about the music, right. Which is something which music aficionados really want to get at. Do we see artificial intelligence taking over that? There will be some amount of artificial intelligence, but human interaction and the audio, the kind of emotion that we bring in our voices, the kind of emotion which is in my voice, that an AI cannot replicate. Definitely cannot. Who doesn't agree with me? Can you throw up your hand? Who agrees with me? Who doesn't agree with me?
Who agrees that it's going to be a mix of both worlds?
Yeah, it's going to be a mix where you'll have certain, you can use AI to generate playlists, you can use AI to possibly automate certain tasks but the voice that a man or a woman has, that is something which cannot be, you can replicate a lot of voices and put them together and use AI to kind of modify that. But what is original in my voice, my emotion, my feeling, that is something which will be a bit of a challenge for AI to replicate. Am I right, Dr. Pragya?
Definitely, very well said.
I beg to differ on that actually, Anil sir. I'm actually the A&R lead at Sony Music Publishing, and the way AI has kind of evolving, it's really fast, I feel, I mean, this morning I was using Suno AI app, and we managed to churn out 2 songs in like 20 seconds.
That's music, again.
Even with the male vocals and female vocals, we were surprised to see the way AI is kind of, giving that output. I just feel that during our parents' generations, when internet was an evolution for them, I think for our future generation, AI will be evolution for us, I feel, honestly.
True. But there are ethical issues. My voice is my voice. Mr. Bachchan's voice is Mr. Bachchan's voice. Luku Sanyal, who's no more, who used to be a news reader, it's her voice. She has the copyright over her voice.
Absolutely, agree to that. I mean,
yeah.
As long as AI is controlled by humans, that is, I think, a great place. But whenever it's going out of our hands, that's a dangerous spot, I feel.
So I couldn't understand a word of what he was saying because he's speaking too closely into the mic.
Okay, I'll keep it a little away. That works.
So I think we can safely say that yes, it is going to be a mix of 2 worlds. There will be people, there will be takers who are going to invest in AI and work with AI completely, and there are obviously going to be people who are going to appreciate the originality.
So you can use AI for data, for metadata, for tagging. You can use AI for a lot of things which are manual and which require a lot of time. You can short circuit that. You can go through. You can select songs by using AI. That's playlist, like I said earlier.
And that's already happening.
Absolutely happening. And it's going to happen there's so much audio out there which has not been. All India Radio has so much audio, so many archives which can be sorted through using AI.
True. That's true. I'll just add one because you mentioned about song creation through AI. So it's a very interesting thing that happened to me. So my father, he's a 65-year-old man, and he sent me this song on WhatsApp, and he just said, "Okay, एक बार सुन के बता कैसा लग रहा है." And I obviously listened to it. It was decent, and I said, "Yeah, it's nice." It was like a pop kind of a style, kind of a song. And I said, "Yeah, this is okay, but you don't listen to this stuff. Like, why are you sending me this?" He said, "I just put a prompt in some AI app, and this is what it gave me, and this is awesome." So, a 65-year-old man can do this with just his mobile phone. Obviously, the AI has already come. It's just a matter of who takes it, who doesn't.
Yeah, but that will be another form of entertainment. It will not replace humankind.
Of course.
So you don't expect it to replace humankind, like you're suggesting.
Definitely not.
The human emotion has to be there. Today we are at the Audio Summit Awards. It's amazing what kind of entries were there in the podcast. So of course nothing can replace that. After all, that's the human touch we need.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I wasn't saying AI is not useful. AI is definitely useful.
Yeah, but we have to use it as a tool rather than a replacement. Definitely.
So let him talk. He's the man who does more work. He's trying to dodge the topic, but let's hear it from him. Come on, Rasik. No. Let's hear it from you.
No, I'm in agreement that you cannot replace an artist as such with AI, at least as of today, as of now. It's not, I mean, yes, you can make music, but can you replace Billie Eilish? Will you get the same artist with the same passion for music through a machine? I don't know, maybe not, but I am on the side of no, because the human interaction with other humans is, I think it's irreplaceable. I want to believe that it's irreplaceable. I will give an example. Even now, I mean, we are all saying that we can churn out AI videos and voiceovers very easily. The refinement is still pending. Okay, I have had corporate clients who have come to me saying, "Video बहुत अच्छा बना है, it's very nice. Voice में मजा नहीं आ रहा है, can you redub it please?" And this has happened several times over the last 2 years or 3 years since AI has popped up. So, will it get refined in the future? I'm pretty sure it will. What do we do then? I don't know yet. But I am optimistic, cautiously optimistic about the fact that it's not going to replace the actual human artist completely or forever.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, we are working, we have a software, we're working with a New York-based company which does live dubbing, right? And 6-second delay, you can convert a news channel which is in English, 6 seconds later, the same newsreader, the same voice can be done in Tamil, Telugu, in 120 different languages. But that doesn't mean you won't have the originating voice. Yeah. You need a human voice.
Definitely.
Yeah, an automated voice is automated.
Definitely.
Sounds like automated.
Definitely. Quickly, Rakshit, I want to ask you, as a voice artist, as a freelance voice artist, you've always been behind the mic, right? And you've always given your voice to various radio stations and corporate films and ads and everything. Recently, you have come on camera. You've transitioned from being a voice artist to being on screen. So, is that something that a voice artist or an RJ or anybody who has a voicing career should at least dabble in to explore, because somewhere the voicing industry is being hit?
It's not so much out of fear. I think it's something which is prudent as a practice for any person in any trade, especially artists, to have at least another stream in which they want to excel or hone another passion or a hobby into a skill which you can monetize. You may or may not want to monetize, that's a call. But you cannot, nobody has only one skill or only one hobby or only one passion unidirectionally. If you're a singer, you want to do voices. If you're a voiceover artist, you want to do content on Instagram. Right. You always want to evolve. That's a natural process. Yep. So, it is, for me, it was very organic to sort of, because it was one of my passions to, address, so I do like a fact channel where I, come up with facts, fun facts or, weird facts from around the world. It's just something which is organic to me. Instagram is there. Why not do something with it? So right. It's not so much out of fear that voice industry mein mera nahi hoga to main kuch aur to karunga. Right. It's more organic.
There was a time when Chorus Wadia, Pratap Sharma, I don't know if you know these names, Nikhil Kapoor, they had careers just doing voicing, right? And of course they did some copywriting, they did some documentary work. There was a great career in Pratap Sharma. He was known as the voice of God. I don't know if you recollect that. I don't know if it's before your time. Because I belong to another generation. I'm probably your dad's age, or 2 years younger than your dad. Yeah. Yeah, so they had careers, and they had very prosperous careers.
Right. So, thank you so much. for your inputs on that. Siddharth, I would like to ask you something. You are leading the AR department for Sony Music Publishing, and publishing, music-wise, is something that is very new. It's a new concept for India, at least. So, can you tell us about that, and what is it like? Is it different than distribution? What is it? What is the difference between distribution and publishing?
Absolutely, Gautam. So this is a very common question we get all the time from all the artists who approach us. They ask us that, can you publish my song? And 9 out of 10 times they mean that, can you distribute it on Spotify or on Jio Sounds of the world?
Right.
You know, and that's the difference between distribution and publishing. So distribution is taking your song, recording and putting it out on the streaming platforms. And publishing is primarily about safeguarding your composition and lyrics of the song. And in India, I think people are not much aware about it.
Yeah.
Those conversations have started happening. I mean, whenever a song is, any song or lyrics, how does it begin? Like, it starts from like a songwriter or an author. You know, so as a publisher, our major role is to safeguard the publishing rights of these authors.
So talk about syncing it into movies, syncing it into commercials.
Absolutely. So whenever it's, you know, it's like safeguarding in a way that your due credit, you get your due credit, and whenever it's played on any streaming platform or any radio, or like Anil sir said, on synced on any audio visual, you have to get those penny paid. You know, each and every penny should be paid.
Right.
That's the goal of a publisher.
Right, and I'm guessing this is something that creators, whoever is the author of the song, the music producer of the song, the lyricist, everybody has their share of revenue through publishing.
Absolutely. So author share is something that every person who has an intellectual property, like it's an IP, you know, if you're involved in the creative process, you have a publishing right.
So these days even the ISRA is there, the Indian Singers Rights Association, which is also giving money to the singer. Right. There was a time when people said that there is no copyright on the way a singer sings a song. But as of recently, I think ISRA got about 50 crores to pay out to different singers' families and to the singers.
Absolutely. So SAMRA and IPRS are like one of the biggest PROs, and authors are not aware about it. You know, their songs are going viral on charts, and people are like, I'm not registered. Right. So you're losing out on that revenue. You know,
right.
So we come into picture, educate the people, artists.
That's a great point. I mean, it's something that people are losing revenue out of just because they don't understand the concept of publishing. So.
And then there was a time when Mr. Bachchan had lent his voice to the telco companies, and he was paid crores of rupees for just giving his voice when he would dial up somebody.
True.
My 2 cents to all the artists would be that know your rights and take a stand. You know, it's very important. I mean, creativity is as important as knowing your rights and, you know, earning those royalties for each artist.
And to your knowledge, I'm guessing there are very few firms that are doing this, dabbling into publishing, where artists can come and get the songs published rather than just being distributed. So, could you tell me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So, right now in India, there are only a handful of publishers. I mean, it's a very label-driven market in India, where big labels like these, Saregama, or like they kind of buy out the publishing, you know. And in globally, it's a very different scenario, where master rights are separate, publishing rights are separate.
Right.
So Sony Music Publishing is doing this initiative to empower songwriters. We are conducting songwriting sessions with global artists, and where we kind of retain the publishing on behalf of authors.
Super. So guys, sorry, we have very limited time. So we'll have
sorry
to
for
this
the conversation. I'm sorry.
Oh no, not at all. So thank you so much for being here, listening to us. Hope you got a lot of insights. And please watch the Mixed Room podcast on YouTube, Insta, and Facebook. This episode will also be put there shortly. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being a patient audience. Thank you.